Hey, Facebook
Hey,
world!
everyone.
James and Leash here coming at you from Tenterfield today.
Tenterfield.
Up in New South Wales, a beautiful part of the world, come through Armidale. And we wanted to share something with you first of all.
These are our crazy kids.
Crazy kids swimming in a non-heated
Go.
pool. Go! Woo!
Oh my goodness.
Woohoo! Is it warm, guys?
Is it warm?
Yes.
No, it's not. No, it is not. We're trying desperately to. There
I think it's one of those things that it's warm when you get used to it, you know, if you remember
when
back
you
to
go
those days.
numb,
Yeah.
that's when it feels warm.
So we were reading through the book and we were having a bit of a think about what to talk about with you guys today. And one of the things that I wanted to share was really the process of when we started to write the book was going through a bit of our story. And so we thought we'd spend the next couple of days talking a bit about that. And today I was actually in Armidale. I had a massage with the amazing Christine Knox from CK Massage, and she has done a lot of work she uses remedial hot stone. She's created a program where she teaches therapists how to do that now, and also she works with a lot of scar tissue. A big truck coming
You can
past
tell we're
right
at a
now.
classy motel because of all the truck noise in the background, right?
That's gonna be great. I love it. It's real
There we go.
life, right?
It's gone now.
Alright, so she does a lot of work on scar tissue and has done a lot of work on fascial release and just works in a really different, unique kind of way. And I've always wanted to go and see her, and today I actually got to have a massage, which was awesome! And she was asking me, taking client history, and I was going through some of the stuff that I remember of why I got into massage. And I thought we would share a little bit today. When I was 10, I broke my leg and compound fractured both bones in my lower leg, dislocated my knee, and ended up with a limp, which then was quite possibly, there's a few other factors, but quite possibly led to a scoliosis diagnosis at 13. It was 32 degree curve up the top, 27 down the bottom when I was first diagnosed, and so it looked like a bit of an S-bend. I went on a waiting list for surgery, and 2 years later had major back surgery to correct that. So 3 half ribs, a full rib, 5 thoracic discs removed, and metal rods either side of my spine, so I'm fused for 10 vertebral levels with some scar tissue in the spinal cord. So that's kind of that's the story. Now, how this fits in is that massage was a massive factor for me while I was on the waiting list, because I would have a lot of back spasms and a lot of pain, and massage was an amazing gift really to me. It was actually the first person that suggested that maybe I had scoliosis and that I needed to go get some x-rays, get it sorted, get it seen to, and another truck comes past. It's great. I love this. It's real life. This is exactly what we teach our clients. Facebook Lives are awesome because all sorts of things happen. So yeah, massage was a massive factor in my life. Now, it wasn't just the hands-on stuff. It was actually what the therapist created for me, in that she helped me become comfortable with who I was as a teenager. As somebody who looked really different to my friends, my body, twisted and just really different. And so massage was a really huge factor for me as a teenager. It created an amazing space for me to be able to grow and develop and become really comfortable with who I was. And that was what led me to get into massage. That's what made me go, well, I want to create that for more people. I want to be able to recreate what I experienced as a therapist, as a client in my teenage years. That's more than just the hands-on. It's more than just somebody actually pressing in and doing some trigger point work or some, she was a myotherapist. So more than just doing myotherapy work, it was holding the space for me in a really different way that I'd ever experienced before. So when I studied, I really wanted to work with complicated cases, and I loved it. I did massage and Bowen and craniosacral therapy to be able to work with, using different modalities to be able to work with a bunch of different stuff. If we make this through this live without getting wet, I'll be stoked.
That's right,
Those kids, they're looking cheeky. So yeah, basically that's my story into massage. Do you want to share a bit about anything about your experience with massage?
I think I'll share my backstory either tomorrow or the next day, another day as we go along. Leisha's really the one who's got the massage background. My background is digital marketing, as you guys would know. And what I really love about Leisha's story is it's so much like she's experienced massage, seen some amazing health outcomes from that through a really difficult health journey in her life, and it's like that difficulty and that challenge has been twisted around into something that is now the gemstone. You know, it's like the what do they say, the carbon into diamond, or the coal into diamond.
Yeah.
It's like that time that was really difficult and really, for a young woman, teenager, just, you know, stressful time, a lot of uncertainty there, is now built an actual foundation for an entire career in massage, and now even beyond that, a career training and helping other massage therapists. So it's one of those things, I think, where the start of the story, when you're going through things, you never really know where they're going to end up.
Yeah.
You just never know. You don't know what's going to happen in the future.
I remember having older clients come in, particularly, I shouldn't generalise, but sometimes older men would come in and I'd be like, hey Rachel, great to see you on here. They'd come in and they'd take one look at me and go, and, you know, arms across their chest, what can this young whippersnapper do for me? And they were kind of my favourites, to be perfectly honest. I love building rapport with them. I love being able to build trust with them. And I remember one guy came in and he was like, oh, I've had a disc removed, and you know, and he was really cautious. He was really concerned. It really stressed him out. It was big for him, right? And I remember saying, yeah, you know, when I was 15, I had 5 thoracic discs removed, etc. Now, I wasn't at all trying to one-up him or anything like that, but more trucks going past.
Hey, Jordan.
Good to see you, man. What I was doing was building rapport, and no, whatever you're doing, stop it. The kids, they're trying to get us. We're going to get wet. No! Cheeky chops. You know, I know that it made a massive difference for him to feel more comfortable in his own body. Look out. Look out. This is the joys of life, right? So it made a massive difference for him because he didn't. This is gold.
This is what they've been doing at every event too, by the way.
Not really.
Not really.
They
They've been
have more
behaving
iPad
so
time.
well.
This is why we have
great.
a pool at each location.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
they can get rid of some
Get
energy.
rid of the energy. This is part of the plan.
And look, what it would do for these you know, older guys who had a little bit of surgery was, as I just give my child the no, enough, was it would give them hope and courage to be able to get through their rehab and not feel like I'm the only person in the world and not feel so fragile. And I love that. I love to be able to, I heard it once put that, you know, you can turn your mess into your message. And it was something that, you know, my challenges that I'd been through, because I've dealt with them, like there's no emotion attached to my surgery for me now. Like I don't walk around going, oh, you know, like, you know, I think however long it was, like 15 years after the surgery, when we had kids, I got a letter from the surgeon to say that yes, it's totally okay, unless there's an obstetrical reason, it's totally okay for me to have natural kids, and the Geelong Hospital needed that piece of information. Now, one thing it did say was that there was scar tissue in my spinal cord, and that was like, they needed to know that if they needed to put an epidural in. And I remember thinking, ooh, scar tissue in your spinal cord, like that sounds really full on, but I have no awareness of that in my body whatsoever. And so it kind of it's just really interesting, I think, what we make stuff mean, and labels and diagnosis, and what I just chose to live my life anyway. I've skydived, I've found every fast ride I could find, I've had 2 kids naturally, I have abseiled, like I've run 3 half marathons, like every possible thing I could do I've done. And I enjoy lots of regular massage. I keep active, I run, I walk, I see lots of great chiros, I have regular treatments and see our clients and see my old staff members, and you know, like it's awesome. I think I'm really, really blessed, and it's great to be able to turn that mess, turn what was really challenging into something that is really powerful for other people to be able to experience exceptional health.
Love it.
Awesome stuff.
It's in the book.
It is indeed.
The first part of the book
is all
more in
about
the context of why we do what we do right now, right? It's not like Leisha's personal history for
That's
so
right.
much.
No, exactly.
But there is a lot of that story is really, really relevant to what we do right now, and how Leisha, especially in treatment, was able to connect with people. So it is in there, and part of it is how can you use your story to be able to run your business, to connect with your clients, that sort of stuff.
Awesome stuff, guys. Have an absolutely epic evening, and we will see you tomorrow in Brisbane.
Hey, cheers.
Woo-hoo!
See you later.